Greetings, mortals. I am Natus, one of the rulers of the underworld, or specifically the ruler of Manga Hell. And today we'll be finally reacting to the newest chapter of the Four Knights of the Apocalypse series, chapter 56, titled Knights of Purposes. Meet. In case you're wondering why it's not finally all the Four Knights of the Apocalypse are meeting, it's because of the end of the chapter. Yep, it's just if that the reveal that the final knight is the guy with the golden magic, it's even gonna be more of a disappointment. But yeah. Anyways, let's get into this chapter because I have demon work to do and I don't have a lot of time. So yeah. Anyways, the first page this chapter we have Percival looking in a direction that Tristan is looking at as they're both together. As we see like a bit of a shot of the plants and in Britannia and the real buildings. It's a pretty just a kind of a generic kind of picture, nothing more. It's kind of like similar to how his Meliodas and Percival's together was, so yeah. But yeah, anyways, so the first pop-up page of the chapter is actually Percival looking at everyone who got back up after he got, removed that bubble. It's like, guys, you're all safe, huh? As we see them all looking very happy and and smirking a bit. As then we get Anne saying, honestly, you're such a handful. So, as then Anne immediately falls to the ground. And yeah, that was pure adrenaline. Like, they didn't get up because Isolde is weak. Like, they just got up because of adrenaline rush. So yeah, as then we have Percival Panic is like, Annie, Nazians, Donnie, as all four of three of them are dropping. As then we have Percival back, you're all hurt bad. I'll fix you right up. I mean, of course, as we all know, Percival's healing magic is OP, so they're all fine completely. As then we have Percival using his magic, but nothing's coming out of it. Like he's like twitching his hands, but nothing. It's like all normal. As then we have Percival saying, no magic? Power? Why? They're really going to die like this. Well, was really not holding back. As then we have him saying, it's driven on hope, and without their emotions powering it, it won't work. If they're all passed out, what am I going to do now? As we have Tristan approaching as Isola looks at that. So yeah, I guess Percival's power was powered by hope all this time, which might actually make sense why Percival didn't know about his magic power for so long. It's not because he couldn't have it, it's because he didn't know how to use it, it's just that he literally had a power that isn't then it could be very useful. I mean, let's be real here. Let's be real. His grandfather isn't exactly like situation wasn't exactly not ideal. That and probably the fact that it was his power probably awakened when Ironside killed his grandfather, his dad. So, well, Percival's grandfather and Ironside's dad kill him on that. So yeah. So, anyways, then we have Tristan approaching Percival's like, I'll handle this. As Percival's like, huh? As then we get a gleam of light as we see Tristan using his healing magic, like healing star. As we see all three of them healing, and I'll be honest, Donnie's reaction as he's dying on the floor is kind of funny. It's like he's kind of drunk, like, oh. So yeah. So anyways, then we have Percival like being kind of shocked by this, as then we have all three nonsense Donnie and all awakening as then we have them all kind of nonchalantly be like, hey, I can't believe it, the pain and wounds vanished. As then we have them looking at them, like we see Anne's like checking her arm, which I honestly have no idea how she managed to die from just that. Was it bloodlust? Donnie, Person Nonsense was looking at his chest, as Donnie was looking at his hip. It's like, whoa. As then we have Percival be like, oh, good. As they have Nonsense like, Percival, is then we see Percival making like two chippies of him. He's like, and my magic's back too. So yeah, I guess it's kind of confirmed that it's hope that's surrounding it. Although I'm curious, that means that he needs others' hope, or that if he has to be hopeful. Like I feel like it has to be from others because he, seemed pretty confident and hopeful that his magic would work. So I feel like it would work, but it's difficult to tell. So for right now. I mean, let's be real here. Buster was not really the brightest doing the chat. Like all this stuff is pretty new to him, so you do have to question how much he is analyzing here is correct. I'm sure someone more competent and more knowledgeable about this will have a better explanation. I mean, how Handy even say himself that he would like to examine it. That So yeah. So as they have Isolde starting to speak. She's like, "You've done it again, Prince. You captivate me with every move you make." Yes, I would be apologizing about almost killing them, but be flabbergasted of attrition is pretty good. Like, at the end of the day, this is a bit of a move that stupid heroes meet, they fight because of misunderstanding type of situations. So you can't really be all that too pissed off at it. So yeah, anyways, then we have person be like, "Wow, you got a whole lot of magic." As then we have we have a shot of Trishan's face as he's smiling, as we see the goddess symbol that the gods can have. As we have, I'm guessing person will be like, "What's with your eyes?" So yeah, no, it's just a button that both of them have it. I was thinking it was gonna be like one of those half and half, where only half of Percival's face would have the goddess clan, but I guess both of them are gonna have it. So anyways, then we have Tristan blinking and it goes back to normal. As then we have Isolde, where again we gotta demonstrate how big she is. Like her chest area is literally, by looks of things, above Tristan. Like she's a bit staying a bit down, but you can see that it's like the chest is up here, is here, while Tristan's hat is down here. And Tristan, by the looks of it, is like an average seems to be more average 16-year-old. So yeah. So, anyways, then we have Isola be like, Prince Tristan's inherited blood from the Goddess clan. He can heal anyone, no matter how bad off they are. Aside from the few, a few conditions, but we'll get in them a bit later. So yeah. Anyways, then we get a shot of Tristan saying, "That's right, anything at all, just not your clothes." But sadly, as he then peeks a bit, as then everyone's like wondering, "Huh?" I feel like Donnie's aware what he was saying, but he's just like seriously that kind of joke. As then we have so I'll be like ha 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 ha, laughing very loudly. It's like you're so funny too, Tristan. Good lord. As then we have so I'll be pissed off. He's like you all are supposed to laugh too. As the rest of them are like, I guess even I would have realized that was a joke. So yeah. No, there's actually seems to be a bit of a confusion for some reason about this joke, so I'll try to explain it in greater detail. Well, exactly. What Tristan probably meant about the clothing thing was the fact that all four, well, Percival, Donnie, and Nazian's clothing were ruined. That's one possibility because let's be real here, their clothing is ruined. Now I also heard some people say maybe this is supposed to be have something to do with Isolde and Tristan's past, which I am curious on if it's going to be like kind of reviewing that special. Like you know how My Academia has special episodes, connect special episodes, which are well, not special episodes, movies that have sort of connection in the manga a few times. Like for example, the second movie had had like that the main villain Nine, the second movie, like appear in the back end as well as the hinting to that thing they had to handle though at the end of the League of Villains arc. So I'm curious if that's kind of like going to be a thing where we're gonna get there. How Tristan, Isolde, Jade, and Chiana are gonna all meet in that movie. I don't know. So far, I don't think they appeared or anyone like them appeared in the trailers. I don't think there even was any concept art of release. Granted, I'm pretty sure only Tristan and Ironside, not Ironside, what's his name, Death Pierce. I think it was Death Pierce only got their concepts revealed, so we'll see at that front. But yeah, I'm kind of hoping we do get it because I feel like it would be a good way for us to get to know them. Plus, let's be real here, we got to know Tristan and Lancelot in the final chapter and in the one shot, so I feel like it would be make sense for us to get to know the other characters as well. Especially since a big group like this, I feel like all the knights are gonna become more together, more like a group thing. So I could see them interacting more, and you know how things go when there's a big main character cast. Like look at Macadamia. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's like not made fun of at this point that they not 80% or something of them don't do shit. So yeah. But anyways, then we get to the serious thing as we have Jade saying, Prince, use your healing magic on Chion's arm too. And we see John on the floor be like, ugh, ugh. Well, now I'm really messed him up. So yeah, anyways, then we have Tristan turning around quickly. It's like, yes, right away. As he then uses Healing Star on Chion's arm as it's stretched out like this. As they have Donnie be like, Psst, did you do that? As we have Percival saying, I don't know. I don't remember much of it. Much of it. So in case you're wondering about the whole thing that happened in the last chapter, Percival has no memory of it. To be fair, he didn't even see what was happening. So it's kind of one of those things we have to argue what's going to happen. or if he knows or something. I don't know, maybe a split personality. I could totally see it. Like Percival lived very peaceful life, so the whole Ironside I could easily see that being kind of the case. But I don't know, really. It's kind of vague on what exactly is Percival. So yeah. Anyways, then we have Tristan saying, "What's this?" As then we get a few restrictions and a new theory on the pile of what Percival is. As then we see a shot of how the arm looks like. As but the Tristan says, "No signs of improvement. Is this a disease or a type of curse?" So curses and diseases are something that Tristan cannot heal. As well as it's like a vampire, it's taking the life force from him. So I guess this is now there's gonna be a theories about Percival being a vampire, which in my opinion would be an interesting thing because I don't think there's that many like vampire type characters like Percival as main characters. Like unless if it's like our like there are a few vampires, but I think it's mostly in the comedy series that the vampires in the main cast. So seeing Percival here would be pretty good if he was a vampire. Like we know he's part human, but we don't know if he's something else. Which, honestly, if he's a vampire, that would actually explain knowing demon language and saying those weird words. Well, saying those words that Christian could not recognize, but for his first thought was a demon speech. So if that is the case, it is very likely. I mean, there's some other theories, but I could see vampire, and it would be pretty cool to have a vampire. As for if it doesn't make sense for a vampire to be here, well, people, it's also there's always exceptions. You know how stories like this always have. One member of the race got instinct, then they come back, they then become fat, then an army. It kind of repeat goes up and up. So it wouldn't be surprise if a vampire survived, Ironside did it, and then Percival was born. I mean, that would probably make. I wouldn't even be surprised if the reason why Ironside is so focused on killing Percival comes from the fact that, oh, I can't believe that they are a fucking vampire of all races. I mean, there does seem to be a bit of a hatred towards other races, but we'll see about that front. So yeah, anyways, then we have Tristan be like, my healing doesn't work on illnesses or curses. Like I said, we'll have to ask Handy or Mom, my mother. So yeah, I guess he thinks it has to be formal, even everyone here. I don't really know why. I mean, no one here really cares. Like, maybe you could say about Percival's probably, but even they don't give a shit. I mean, maybe because of lack of knowledge, but still. So yeah, Handy's gonna be looking at it. So, anyways, they have JP panicking all He's like, oh no. And then Shion's like, "Ugh, what have you done to me? How can I fight our foes with this arm? I'm stuck with this my whole life. Then my career as a knight is forever cut off. And then we get like a very fucking angry expression by Chion. Like beforehand, he was kind of like this, kind of evil, but it was like more kind of evil. The face that just says you think you're good, but then it's evil. But no, he looks like pure evil, like frustrated. His teeth are grinding, a bit spiky, sweating. His eyes looks like he's got pop. As he's like, "How do you intend to make up for this? It's your fault." As then we have like a nonsense kind of keeping Percival away, kind of like protecting him, like he gets he's kind of scared of Chion. As Don's like, "Hey man," as like, "No, it's your fault for jumping him in the first place," which is true, dude. Like you don't have much of an argument. So yeah. Anyways, then we have Percival grabbing Chion's hand, and before Chion can say what, we see a bunch of chippy Percivals showing up on Chion's arm and saying return, return, return. As then we have Chion be like, stop, what are you? As then we see a bunch of light emerging. As we see Chion's arm back to normal. As Jade's like, it's back. Well, both. I'm gonna say it's both Isolde and Jade panicking from it. As then we have Tristan looking at it, and he's like, what kind of magic was that? As then we have Percival like, I don't know, but if I did that to him, I figured I could undo it too, which is true. So I guess you're wondering, now we could get an explanation on it. I'm guessing we're gonna get an explanation on it when we get to the exposition chapters, but we will see about that thing right now. Oh, it's kind of funny how neither Tristan and Lancelot have anything special in terms of their abilities, yet Percival's magic is like something that everyone's like, what is this? What is this? What is this? Just kind of weird. Also, I guess we have to confirm in this chapter that Lancelot is smarter than Tristan, considering the fact that Lancelot was able to kind of understand the whole thing about his magic pretty quickly and all that, while Tristan's like a bit confused. Anyways, then we have Cheon look at his hand, and then we have Tristan saying, Cheon, you need to thank them and apologize too, especially if you started this. And then we have Cheon look at Percival, and then he goes to that, like, that kind of normal, happy express, like, thank you, and sorry about before. I guess this was just a little, a big, just a big mix up. I mean, that is, on the other hand, what it's supposed to be, even though I do feel like there's some dark intentions underneath it. So yeah, anyways, then we have Donnie be like, what? That mix up nearly got us all killed, man, as he's flipping up the bird. So yeah, yeah, Donnie's not like taking it. Like this is probably what the fanbase's reaction was when he heard that. Like, did he really think this guy worked? So yeah, anyways, they have Percival be like, oh, well, if it's was a big mix up, I guess that's just life and stuff. Which is a normal since it would be the case, but you nearly got killed and your bolts crushed. So yeah, anyways, but Donnie just looking at him. I guess it's Percival. And then we get Aaron just freaking out, be like, Percival! And it's like, dude, he nearly killed us. That is not something just a mix up. So, anyways, then we have also, by take the note of Anne's reaction here and the fact that she reacted to Percival and not Cheon. So, anyways, then we have Tristan saying, rare for you to get that mixed up, Cheon. Didn't the prophecy in the song tell you how the night looked? So yeah, I guess he's like, as then we have the publicized songs, but we don't have confirmation on what Lancelot's song it was, part was, or the fourth one. As we have Patrician saying, a boy with light green hair like wings of a bird. That's clearly what we have here, isn't it? So we are getting a shot of Percival, and yeah, we get a bird stag. As then we have a shot that's just the Manantoy with Isolde to show us her underwear. Which, surprisingly enough, this chapter is actually kept very hidden. Shockingly, since in the in the first two chapters, it looked like it's literally a little too short. But yeah, anyways, then we have Tristan looking at the dragon hilt as he's like, and also, you should have known that an ally took that coffin fragment back for us. Gopher contacted my father about it the other day, and I understand he told you while I was gone. So yeah, so this confirms that Isolde and Jay had actually no knowledge about the fragment piece, but Cheon did have knowledge. So yeah, that's suspicious, just to say the least. As then we have Jade and Isolde be like, well, Jade saying, "Is that true?" As then Isolde be like, "What's wrong with you?" So by this statement, it sounds like only Treyan was the only who actually knew about the song and the fragment, while Jay and Soul they had no knowledge. Or at the very least, those two wanted to relied on. Maybe they just heard it, but they didn't like think anything. Like the way Tristan makes it sounds like Isolde and Jade had no idea. Like maybe he had to. It was a quick kind of mention, and then he had to leave to go get him, which does make me wonder how they managed to get the fourth one. I guess maybe I have no idea, but we will see exactly. Okay, so yeah, it's kind of weird. But anyways, then we have Chen saying, "Oh, now that you mention it, yes. Well, look at me getting myself all worked up." It's kind of like that's like, "Oh, I did that again," which, judging by their reaction, seems to be not exactly what normally it is. So, anyways, then we have Chen be like, "But I saw Solid chasing Percival around, looking like she was out for murder. I mistakenly assumed he was an assassin from Camelot." Which, alright, dude, this really doesn't seem to be that much of a good lie because, I mean, the way Jade, I think it was Jade actually talked about it when they first got introduced was in a way that makes it sound like there's something that she gets on to, or this happens, or similar stuff happen pretty regularly for her. So I'm not exactly sure if that's really the best lie to say. And like pretty much needed every time we have and showing up and seeing how she looks at and she sees Bocha is laughing and she's like it's half your fault, isn't it? As we see a bunch of dark clouds around Cheon. Yeah, so yeah, suspicious. So we know there's a lie here. He didn't get mixed up, as we have Anka Grump as nods and takes a note of that. Now I'm not sure why she's not telling anything about this, Maybe she wants to keep the lie detector's power secret for now because it's a very useful ability, but it's something that you have to be worried about if us find out about it. But yeah, anyways, then we have Tristan looking at Isolde, be like, Isolde, why were you pursuing him? And then he gets a bit of a fake out face. And then we get like this very cutesy panel with Isolde being like a bit of a embarrassed maiden, and she's like, I wonder if there's gonna be like a big voice change whenever she's gonna go into these like personal like this changing in personalities. As Isolde's like, this child took it from me, my chastity, the one thing I swore I would save for you, Prince. And then we have Tristan be like, huh? What did he take? I guess he has no idea what she means by chastity. He sniffed a he sniffed a vagina, honestly, dude. That's all he needs to know. So anyways, then we get a bit of a tear from his soldier's face. He's like, I can no longer look you straight in the eye. He starts to cry a bit, and then she's like starts running and dashes like, farewell, my beloved Prince Christian, as she runs like a fucking train from it. Like you can see the smoke and everything. And by a sound effect seems to be very loud as well. Yeah. So also I'm guessing they're seeing her panties because of the way how she skirts up in the air. So I guess Trish is not as perverted as Meliodas, or better yet, Meliodas hasn't done anything perverted with Isola yet. I mean, to be fair, Meliodas is a bit more perverted only on Elizabeth than other captains, but you would think he would definitely take a paternity here. So yeah, it's kind of weird, but I guess this is something that he's even not aware of. So anyways, then we have Tristan be like, huh? What she mean farewell? Did I do something to anger her or what? Now Tristan, wait, should he be knowing this? I mean, the way Jade and Cheon talked about it, in fact, that's how they later do it. Makes it sound like she gets into this type of stuff a lot. So I'm not sure why exactly Trish is so confused there. Maybe it's like a thing where maybe it's like a running gag where he's confused about what she actually means and stuff. But yeah, anyways, then we have Jade be like, oh, she's just jumping to her weird conclusions again. So yeah, like she, again, like implying this is something that shit happens a lot. As we have Chion be like, just let her be. So yeah, I'm guessing again this is something that happens a lot, or at least it's not that unknown to them. So as anyways, they have Anna approaching Percival, and she's like, "Hey, what did you do to her?" As they will have Percival thinking something. Well, as Anna kind of catches down, she's like, "Oh, huh." Well, actually, no. I think Percival just told Anne into ear what happened, as then Anne just punches him in his helmet to push it down. So yeah, I guess we have a bit of the shipping war here. So yeah, in short version, Percival, keep your sniffing to your woman and not someone else's woman. So yeah, anyways, they have Tristan approaching as he's like, "Well, let's start over. Tell me your name again." As Tristan extends his hand, as then we have Percival saying, "I'm Percival from the Finger of God, and I guess I'm one of the four knights of the Apocalypse." Supposedly he went with the titles. Like you'd think Percival would be someone to be told the titles and that stuff, but uh, uh, but I guess not. That's not necessary. So anyways, then we have Smile of Percival as he goes to shake Tristan's hand, as we have like a bit of full page spread of Tristan smiling. He's like, Tristan Ionas, also of the Four Knights of the Apocalypse, and the Crown Prince of Ionas, and the heir to the throne, and the leader of the Tristan Platoon, or if they have a different name, I think it's just Tristan Platoon, honestly. But yeah, we get that. So then we have, but Percival be like, you're the Prince of Lyones? As that's the shocker to him. As then we have the Alpha be like, you're a Knight of the Apocalypse like Percival? I mean, I'm not sure why they're surprised. I mean, just look at Percival. I mean, Percival is not exactly the most Knight of the Powers he look like after you would think. Like, even in the last chapter where he was all demonic and monstrous, he wasn't that, intimidating. Just kind of like weird looking. So yeah, anyways, then we get Tristan being a bit happy. He's like, and with that one, I've just brought back all four of us are here right now. So yeah, it's confirmed that the fourth one is brought here. So yeah, anyways, then we have Percival be like, huh? All four? Don't you mean you, me, you, and the other guy you make free? So yeah, as then we get Tristan responded, haha, don't be silly. You're forgetting about the one who took you all the way here. So yeah. Then we get the character saying, someone saying, "No way, what? That is another prophecy too." I mean, to be fair, Lancelot's first demonstration should have been more than convincing enough that he is another prophecy. Probably because they saw houses, so they just assumed he was a very high ranking and very powerful knight, maybe. But still, you think they would know. So yeah, anyways, we have Tristan saying, "Oh, he never told you? That's like him, yes." So I guess the whole keeping things secret, even though there was nothing wrong with it, that being revealed, is kind of again a character for him. Kind of, I mean, granted, it was very quick since they went from, from Fox to being the human, but still it's kind of weird. So yes, anyways, they have Lancelot speak of it out basically. Lancelot appears, she's like, "You, there you are. You can you quit wrecking the city like this? I guess you're acquainted with each other now, at least." So, anyways, then we get Tristan running towards Lance. So he's like, "Lance, it's been too long." As then we have Tristan saying, "Did you meet the knight that I brought back with me?" So yeah, I guess Lancelot's gotta be the more mature, stoic one of the group, considering the fact that Percival seems, even though the childish one, while Lancelot Tristan seems to be very, happy and very, very kind and happy, wants to play and stuff like that. So yeah, it was there Lancelot saying the bad news basically. It's like, yeah, I got a message about that Tristan, and she's like, oh, it's just like saying all nonchalant, like the fourth person you brought back to the past, fled the scene. And then we have Tristan like a bit panicking, like he honestly his face of panic is just like a ha, like smiling, but like realizing, oh shit, like that. And then we get like a bit nervous, like oh no. So yeah, the fourth night fled the scene. Now, as for the fourth night, I'm pretty sure that all I can say is that they're gonna have the next chapter, have the chapter split up and look for this fourth night. Not much sure how they're gonna split up. I could see them like intermingle with each other. Like the three nights of apocalypse takes some split the Percival and and Jason's platoon. Like maybe how would this play? Like maybe Anne, Percival, and Jay go separately, while Lancelot and Donnie go because Lancelot did say he was going to get Donnie a dagger, so maybe he's gonna go and fix it while they are looking for him since they have no lead. As they have Tristan, Chion, and I guess Nazians wouldn't be on his with those two. Which should be fair, it's not a big problem with Tristan, but yeah. So we're gonna have that. Spend looking for them, but in the end, the job is gonna be revealed that fourth night is like with Isolde encounters Isolde that she's like I don't know weeping and crying or something. I have like something I could always see something like that happening. It seems like where we are going. Now as for who the fourth night is, I don't know. They state in this chapter no one that actually met him refers to him as gender. It's just Percival just says in general guy, which again he has no idea who the fourth one is. I mean all Tristan said was between you and me and the guy I brought, but that makes four. Let's see, and with the one I just brought back, yeah, just four. Well, just referring to it generally, well, Percival referred to as guy. So you have no idea. And even Lancelot said, "Oh yeah, the one you brought back, that person, he fled the scene." As for why this character fled the scene, if there is a theory about it being, the whole sunshine, which I personally don't like. Too much Samurai Sins, in my opinion, for this Four Nights of the Apocalypse series. But maybe it is like I could slowly see this be what's gonna end up. Like it's too much in the noon, but I feel like Tristan should know the ability now. So if it will come to this point, it would be like, yeah, bring the guy who can literally melt the entire castle with his sheer presence and the highest peak of the sun into the castle instead of, have him wait on the peak. Or maybe the sunshine ability was something that they didn't know and the fourth guy didn't mention. I don't know, really. As for which one from the foreign legends, I think there are three names thrown around. My name is the most unlikely, and it's the fourth one. We're just more gonna fit because it would be fun, but I doubt it's gonna be. I'm sure it's not gonna be one of those other three nights. As for the gender, again, unclear. It's got very vague, and I feel like it may be intentional with Boa being so vague, but I don't really know. So yeah, with that said, those are all my thoughts on this chapter. I hope you like it. I hope you leave your thoughts and fears in the comments below. And don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to this channel for more videos in the future. And with that said, I cannot wait to see all of you mortals next time. Goodbye.